So Brett over at McWilliams and Company have been real helpful in helping me to do the basic startups or answering questions so I can at least get to that point of a startup. Starting with the isolation transformer, we have power 3-phase on, and you can see that we pick up power to the machine, the lights burn out, something that needs to be replaced. The overall condition is not bad for the amount of money I spent for this. This is the upper head, which is movable, and my lower head, which is where the wires and the dielectric fluid runs through. These are the spools that the wire runs over. And I'm just doing a close-up of condition. We've taped the switch, the broken wire switch, up out of the way so that we can try to play with the machine and not actually run wire through it yet. This is the conditions for the rest of the spools. Okay, so we have power on. What we're going to do now is turn on the main switch, take off the e-stop, and hit the start button. You can hear it click on. And this is my startup screen. Takes a couple minutes to warm up. And the first screen that we deal with. I'm just going over some of the basic buttons today because this is also going to Brett so he can help me on solving some of the problems we have with this. I notice that the dry run button doesn't activate, the light doesn't come on. The flush button doesn't activate, but when you press it, the light comes on. I can do page select, which brings me up to the error page, and so we can go to 19. And clear the error message that we have. Back to page select. On the remote, I can get the table to move. In X and Y. I haven't been able to get the wire feed to work yet. With the switch up, I should be able to get wire feed to work. And nothing is happening. Positioning buttons that are on the panel itself does allow the machine to move as well. It sounds good as it's operating in the moving portion of it. So back here, the chiller's not hooked up at this point. It needs to be flushed and cleaned, and the tank's not actually hooked up at this point. Even though we've had all the different pumps kick on at one time or another, it also needs to be flushed and cleaned. The resin container is here. It Needs to be emptied, cleaned, and new resin put in after we do the fleshing on it. Now, like all new CNC machines, there's a certain set of guidelines that go with it. Brett has sent me manuals for the basic machine and for programming, but there's still a lot of questions on actually how to do it on this machine. Down here on the bottom, you'll see that it has what are homing buttons and the associated lights to go with it. I haven't yet to get the lights to work, but we did home the machine on this one here. By pressing in here with a small punch, because the switch is internal. It did home the machine to the last setting, or what I think was the last setting that they put in. Immediately stopped the machine. Didn't make any sense why it would do that. We have not been able to get the upper head to move in either of the with either of the servo motors. And we've tried that yesterday walking through on the manual, so I'm not sure what we're doing wrong with that. But hopefully we can get answers on that. Has a manual Z. The overall conditions is not bad.